Hello friends and family, and good morning from beautiful Kodak, Tennessee. For today's Tennessee roadside adventure, it brings us to the Great Smoky Flea Market. This place was absolutely massive coming in. Tons of different vendors that we got to see literally just driving in. They have some yard statues. I really hope to find some like different collectibles, antiques, really nice fall and Christmas decor. You literally never know what we're gonna find here. And it's our first visit ever, so I'm just excited to be here, taking the beautiful fall weather and see what they have at the Great Smoky Flea Market. But before we get started, if you would subscribe and click the bell notification so you're aware of future uploads and live streams, we would greatly appreciate it. And how massive is this parking lot? Right off in the distance is the indoor building for the Great Smokies Flea Market. There's lots of like outdoor vendors literally out in front. Over this direction is where we came in though, so we definitely want to check out some of the vendors over there as well. But this parking lot is absolutely massive. Okay, so we're just making our way up to the booths. Actually, I see like some black bears, some geese for your front yard. What really caught my eye though is a massive Bigfoot statue that they have on the back of this truck. Like, how cool is that? Like, some of these are all painted and kind of like ready to be delivered and put in your yard. This is a really cool one where Bigfoot's like clenching his fist. I love that statue. Let's check out some of the other ones right underneath. Lots of different eagle statues you'll find here in like the Tennessee area. Looks like they do even have like an alligator bench statue. Looks like it comes in 3 different pieces, like the bench part, like the tail, and then the head area. You can get some really cool gargoyles. These are painted like a nice like silvery copper color. Really nice for Halloween. This booth has like some garden gnomes, some like little fountains, all sorts of cool things. Here's like a little taste of Florida. They have a massive alligator sculpture. And then right next to that, they have a brachiosaurus. So you can get a dinosaur, an alligator for your front yard. And it looks like they do have some smaller size little yard statues, like some mini horses, and then a Bigfoot. His feet are massive though. You can see him like kind of like jumping off the rock. That being said, let's continue our way down the hill. Like, you can see a bunch of different sheds, different covered areas with people selling merchandise. Yeah, this looks like a very, very promising flea market. This booth right here actually has a bunch of different like animal furs made into rugs. There's a nice like star design. You got like some different cow prints and kind of like bear designs. The best thing about flea markets though, I always like the individual vendors that create their own items. This booth here has a bunch of nice little wreaths and things for the yard. This one's really cool for like Halloween. Like, you have a nice little motorcycle. All of the fall colors look incredible. There's like some hot pink ones. Really nice, especially for like the Dollywood area. Cool like Halloween and fall themes. This would make a really nice like centerpiece on your table with the flowers. I really love that actually. You got like some googly eyeballs there. Lots and lots of cool wreaths at this booth. Looks like this booth has some plushies, like little inflatable mermaids. We have Look Mushy. These all plushies here, only $3 a piece. Looks like you can even get like some Squishmallows. So some good deals at plushies. They have some peeps for fall and Easter. It should say Easter time. They have a little witch there. Let's check out some of the different toys. So they do have like some Play-Doh, some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, some Alien Ooze Glow Slime. Like, these are really cool. And check out a bunch of like the Disney action figures from like The Incredibles, Finding Nemo. You have Sully and Roz from Monsters Inc. You could even get some Hot Wheels here. Drop a comment in the comment section though if you know if any of these ones are here, like highly collectible. And how incredible is this? Like, you can actually adopt some dogs at the flea market. I love this. These are so cute, like the little puppies. Luke's in there with the dogs. They actually have 2 huge kennels of puppies though. You can adopt here at the Great Smokies Flea Market. Here's even some like collectible die-cast vehicles. They do have the original packaging. The cars are $25 a piece. They actually kind of range in different prices. These are like old like hot rod vehicles. It does look like some of them have like the original plastic cases though with the display stands. This one here, let's see what we got, only $20, so these definitely range a little bit in price. And it looks like they even have some Corvettes in the original boxes. And how adorable is this little corgi hanging out? Oh boy, look at him, he's getting Brandy's fingers. $600 for the corgi. I love it though. I love the colors, how playful. Look at him with the little ball. I am blown away with the sheer size of this flea market. We only actually got to check out a couple booths on the walkway coming in. Let's actually continue on our way though, see what else we can find here at the Great Smoky Flea Market. Another really fun booth though, if you are looking for some nice sunglasses here in like the Great Smoky Mountain area, they have you covered at the flea market. Literally only $10 a piece. Like these are brand new. This booth has a massive selection, like some clear ones, hot pink ones. You have one that almost looks like Minnie Mouse there. These are polarized. That one has polka dots. Even ones that look like Ray-Bans. You can never go wrong at a good flea market though. Some amazing prices on sunglasses. And here's some more let's see what we got doing. Some more yard items. These are like tin signs. They have Harley Davidson motorcycle. They have this massive pumpkin, which is really cool. But how awesome are like these bull horns? I love this. This is really, really cool. Like just a nice piece of like Tennessee. And they do have some like Jack Daniel whiskey signs. And a tiny, almost looking like a dinosaur there. Like a Triceratops. Another booth with a whole bunch of assorted plushies. They have a little baby Kermit the Frog. They actually have like a little book there with Tigger. Some M&Ms for Halloween. This one's dressed up as a vampire. Even a whole selection of different Stitch plushies. Here is Stitch actually wearing like some Christmas tree sunglasses. They do have a Stitch with some like snowflakes on there for Christmas time. Even some Christmas trees out front of this booth. Lots of different booths outdoor and including indoor buildings. Let's actually head inside the annex building and check out some of the booths. So as soon as you come inside the annex building, there's a whole bunch of different Hot Wheels. If you are into Hot Wheels, they have you covered. Like they have Transformers, some Legend series tour. I'm not a big like Hot Wheels guy like I was saying though, but I am shocked like with the amount of different Hot Wheels here as soon as you come inside. Here's even some cool little like tapestry runners. These are only $3 a piece, open daily. Like everything is embroidered. You have like the little pumpkins on there. They have a good selection of different designs. These must have been from like Dollar General or something. $3 a piece for them. Some more like fall yard signs. Happy pumpkin spice season. These are only $3 a piece, like the old vehicle there. Farm fresh pumpkins. Even some kitchen towels. Yeah, this booth actually goes way back. A bunch of different vendors here selling different things from like Funko Pops. Here's some like dinosaur pullover hoodies, almost like Jurassic Park, but you got like a dinosaur as like a firefighter. They have rock stars with dinosaurs. This booth right next to us has a bunch of different like baseball caps from like Finding Nemo, USA. Definitely really like sparkly out here. Like lots of different like flashing lights and different things. They have a candy booth though. These are really cool candies, like Luke loves these, the peelers. They have like some gummies, the mango, the grape, and the banana. The inside booths kind of spill you outside. Here's some really cool like plushy backpacks. These are literally Labubu like fuzzy backpacks. They have them in like a bunch of different colors, like a nice brown color. They have pink, even some like travel bags here with Labubus. These actually look like they're Sherpa. Yeah, this booth has a lot of really cool things. Let's see what else. We got some family games, Penguin Snowball game, and it looks like they even have like some dinosaur conservation items. Yeah, this place is absolutely massive. We're literally just made our way back outside. There's more like individual booths where you can buy like rims for your vehicle, like some motor oil. We're actually gonna head straight ahead. They have like this barn type area, see what type of different things we could find there. This booth here actually looks like they have a bunch of different like dolls and collectibles. So these are like Disney princess dolls, like Princess Ariel. Looks like they have Rapunzel, some Raya and the Last Dragon dolls. Let's actually come in here though and see what we can find. Some really cool collectibles at this booth. They have a whole bunch of assorted Barbies and individually bagged like action figures like My Little Pony, Jessie from Toy Story. They have some Minnie Mouse, like little collectible figurines. Back here on the back section though, they do even have like some Spider-Man action figures. That one is $20. Your Legend series Batman action figures. Even TMNT, so they have some like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You definitely have to take a moment though to check out all the different booths. They have some Masters of the Universe action figures, even an Elmo in the back. Luke actually found this really cool print that is all framed up for Hulk Hogan, my personal favorite wrestling figure, 1953 to 2025. That is a really cool like piece. Good job, Luke. That's a good find. Here is some, let's see what we got over here. Some old like MLB figures. They have Steven Strasburg, Kurt Schilling, even a Joe DiMaggio action figure. That's really cool to see. This has more of like a sepia print to it, so that is really neat to find. Looks like they even have some assorted Pokemon cards. These are EX battle decks, $15 a piece. They actually have a massive stack of different ones. So some Pokemon. Then over here is some like WWE action figures. They have X-Pac. Looks like they have Triple H. So many really cool ones. So like I'm shocked. They have a Sting action figure. Yeah, this whole booth is loaded with different figures. And Luke found a Page action figure still in the original box.
Zombies.
Zombie Page?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That same booth. Luke actually found some old WWF VHSs that I want to show you. Collector's edition. This is Best of WWF. Most Unusual Matches. That one is $25. Looks like they have a Best of WrestleMania box set. Really cool because like VHS tapes are actually highly collectible. Here's a really cool one though. The Best of Hulkamania. You can get a good selection of like your Xbox 360 games. NHL 09. Let's see what else. We have the Skylanders. Matthew actually had that game. That's really cool. Like BioShock, Battlefield 3. Borderlands 2, that one's really neat. And they do even have some assorted Legos here from like the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. You got like Harry and Ron Weasley, some Dragon Ball Z figures. There are booths everywhere underneath this covered area of different collectibles. They have from Game of Thrones, Funko Pops, Batman, Black Panther, even some Target exclusive like DC superheroes. They have Deadpool, Captain Marvel, Harley Quinn, and then also some larger size action figures there with like Batman. You have the Joker and Superman. I actually wish you guys had smell-o-vision. This booth has a bunch of like real leather items. This smells incredible. They sell a bunch of like leather belts. Looks like they make some chaps. And you can even purchase like these literal rolls of leather. You can do so many creative things, like make some pillows. And look at the massive like rolls of leather. Like it literally smells like you're in a really high-end store. Let's continue trucking on our way though. Here is a booth that sells a whole bunch of different cups. These are $10 a piece. Really nice for the kiddos. Like they have a Minnie Mouse one with the pinstriping. They actually have the nice little flippy up lids. Here's an actual Labubu version with all of the different color Labubus. Also over here, let's see what we got. We have like Spider-Man busting out the front, but they have like Mickey Mouse. So many different characters from Rugrats. Let's see what else we have, like some Fireflies, Winnie the Pooh. Only $10 a piece for these cups. You're gonna find lots of little booths though scattered around that sell Labubu, different things. Surprise Heart series. Actually shows you on the back side of the box like some of the different Labubus you can get on inside. And here is some like smaller size inside a clear packaging. Like you do have like a Labubu with a pumpkin, Fall and Wild. Perfect for fall time, especially in Tennessee. And here's some little baby Stitch mystery boxes. Lots and lots of Disney things. These booths though literally keep coming. Like you go from one section to another. They do have a bunch of different like baseball caps. These are new era, like the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's see, the Florida Gators, North Carolina. You have the Texans. This booth here has a bunch of different plushies and basketball jerseys. Like I am shocked, like you can get basketball jerseys, football jerseys, a little bit of everything. Looks like some BB King posters. Oh, these are really neat actually. They have Elvis Presley. I love these. Just came across a booth here that actually has like a whole binder of assorted Pokemon cards. Definitely wish Matthew was here to check this out to see some of the different ones. I know some of these are like super duper rare and like highly collectible, but this booth has a bunch of like Pokemon binders, old WCW cards. These are $5 a pack. American Bandstand, like different trading cards, and like Nintendo GameCube and then your Xbox games. Just making our way into the next building. They actually have a whole bunch of like different license plates. Historic Route 66, again with some Eagles, LSU, Sterling Marlin. So a good selection of different like NASCAR different license plates, Dragon Ball Z. It looks like you could even get like some soccer balls and some assorted collectibles in this booth. Just came across a booth that actually has like a bunch of like Tupperware containers with like some action figures, only $1 a piece. So always take a moment to like look through and see what you can find, because you never know like what you're gonna see, from like Beauty and the Beast. They have like Timon and Pumbaa, 101 Dalmatians. Here's a cool little find, like a little football number 35 on the front. But they have some like smaller size Batman action figures. Sometimes you can get really lucky though, like looking through these bins.
Down to $4.
This booth here has a whole bunch of like little 3D printed items like Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie Boogie. They have the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus. There's some really cool like dangly keychains, little skeletons. They actually move like really freely, which is cool. These are only $7. Some much larger size skeletons for $10 a piece. Even some horror characters. Look at that, you have like Art the Clown, Chucky, Tiffany, Oogie Boogie, and then Zero from Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, this booth is actually super duper cool. A bunch of different 3D dinosaurs. They have some pterodactyls. Actually looks like we're in Jurassic Park over here. I love it. Really, really unique. Here is some dragons that they make. These are $10 a piece. I'm definitely loving the pterodactyl though. That looks really incredible. Next up for the Great Smoky Mountain Flea Market, we're actually going to go in the main building from the back side, so you do have a couple different entry points. I did want to mention though, I did see a couple like food booths with like different vendors, so if you are looking for some like food truck dining, they have you covered here at the flea market. Let's head inside though and see what other type of booths of merchandise we can find on the inside. Okay, I officially think we just hit the mother lode. So many cool things as soon as you come in. Here's a really cool like old Sinclair sign for $25. They have some Beetle signage, a bunch of different neons for like Route 66, but a cool photo op literally with an alien here at the flea market in Tennessee. But you can get some posters. This is a massive Star Wars one with like Luke Skywalker. You have like the Death Star, Back to the Future from Steven Spielberg. This is awesome. Like, look at all these different posters that they have from Beetlejuice. Let's see, here we got Marilyn Monroe. We just stumbled across a booth though. They actually had like a little sugar glider on a leash. Like, how adorable is this? It's climbing up Brandy's arm. Oh boy, look at him. He is climbing up the arm. How adorable is this? So many different things with like pets and animals you can adopt and see different things at this flea market. And now that we've gotten all of the sugar glider business out of the way, let's continue our way throughout the flea market. They have some American-made socks, so a bunch of different like sock stores. Here's actually a really unique store that I want to show you. How cool are these? A lot of different homemade things. Some like boxes that light up. They have like Batman, Superman, Oogie Boogie, Jack Skellington, the Incredible Hulk, and some really nice like American flags. Again, these are totally like stained and like custom made here at the flea market. Actually just stumbled across yet another collectibles store. Let's actually see what we got doing. So they do have some comic books, literally only $1 a piece. Definitely take a moment to check these out. Agents of Wakanda. They have some Superman. Let's see what else that we have. Some X-Force. This booth is absolutely massive though. They have some of the Batman. I do believe these are the animated series action figures. So you got like a set of like 4 or 5 different action figures in them. This is cool. This is exactly what I was looking for. They have some Generation X action figures for $10 a piece. Whole bunch of X-Men like your 3rd edition Wolverine. They have Spider-Man. Looks like this whole back wall section is a whole bunch of assorted Star Wars Black Series action figures. They have some of the Chopper droids. Looks like they have Ahsoka, the Phantom Menace. This is a really cool Darth Maul version. Some Stormtroopers. Let's see what we got. Oh, the Grand Admiral. They do have some of the Skeleton Crew action figures from the Black Series. Luke Skywalker. And how cool is this? They literally have the actual Jurassic Park playset that I had when I was young. This is awesome to see. That one is $200. Here's some of your Motu action figures that they have from like Masters of the Universe. They have, of course, like He-Man. Let's see what else we have doing. Diamond Ray of Disappearance. So many different ones. Here's some of the other offerings over here, like Snake Man. They do have Buzz Off, Pighead, He-Man, Jitsu, even some of like the crossover between like He-Man and then you have from Masters of the Universe. They even have some glass cases. This whole section is WWF Hasbro. Like they have your Razor Ramon, IRS, the Bushwhackers, the Mountie. In the back section is Skinner. Looks like they have Ric Flair, a whole bunch of assorted WWF LJN figures as well, like the Iron Sheik, Jesse the Body Ventura, Maleficent Morocco. Oh, look at that. They have George the Animal Steel. Underneath there though, look at these, like so many different like rare figures that I had when I was little. It's just cool to come out, check these out and be able to see them literally at a flea market. I was not expecting to see some different toys like this though. They even have some of the Boglings. They have King Wart, King Topor, the Bogkin. That's really cool. One of my personal favorites. Really neat though with like the black and the orange colors. You definitely have to take a moment to look up though. Like they have a massive Masters of the Universe Castle Grayskull. Literally still in the packaging. Some of your Todd McFarlane Spawn, like different play sets on the top section. And again, these are all in the original boxes, which is super cool. They have a Star Wars Luke Skywalker, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface. And here is a really cool set here that comes with a little collector's coin where you get Chucky and then Tiffany. I will say this, like when we were coming to the flea market, I was expecting to find some collectibles and different things, but that's like literally a whole like vintage toy store. Like they have your old Star Wars action figures, WWF LJNs, Hasbro's, even like the Castle Grayskull and the original like Jurassic Park playset. Really cool to find at a flea market. This booth here actually has some really cool like wooden wall art with some black bears and eagles. They have a massive Bigfoot, kind of like with an ombre color, where you do have like some owls and deer. These are $35 a piece. More Disney merchandise. They have Stitch, the Sorting Hat from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, even some assorted like horror versions. This shop here is literally just like Build-A-Bear. You can create your own plushies. An 8-inch for $15, 16-inch for only $25. Like they literally have like all the stuffing. They have like some Stitch plushies. Looks like they have like some bunnies, some bears with like tie-dye, a bunch of different animals from like T-Rexes. I like the black bear though. Of course, being in the Smoky Mountains, of course my personal favorite. But they even have some aliens. Like how fun is this? Like create your own plushies just like Build-A-Bear at a fraction of the price. They have Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. You can even get some actual Stanley cups. Like how cool are these? Like for Halloween, you have like that cobweb design with Stitch inside of like a pumpkin with a ghost. They have one here like a potion design with like Jack Skellington and then Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. But they do have one that actually looks like the Louis Vuitton logo. This says since 1913. I actually just stumbled across yet another collectible booth on the outside. They have some of the movie star TMNT action figures. Raphael, they have Leonardo, a poster with Hulk Hogan ripping his shirt off, defining moments. This is probably from like a WWE action figure. They have some kid-sized belts. Let's see some of the other action figures that they have. They have more of like your basic Roman Reigns figures, some Kiss action figures. And again, this is literally just on the outside of the building. Rey Mysterio, Bret the Hitman Hart, and even more TMNT figures on the top. Just stumbled across like an IKEA D-top. So here is a bunch of like old Super Nintendo games. Maximum Carnage, Super Mario Party 3, Spider-Man, Zelda. That actually has like the gold cartridge, so that's really cool to see. You have your All-Stars, Super Mario World, some Sega Genesis games. Here's another Zelda one at the bottom, and Diddy Kong Racing. Yet another collectible store. Like holy moly, $1,400 for this massive G.I. Joe like set. It comes with all of the pieces, which is really awesome. They do have a Freddy Krueger back there in the distance, and it looks like a whole bunch of different like horror masks from like Frankenstein. You have Halloween, the creature from the Black Lagoon, Ghostface. A bunch of like Hellraiser figures, Captain Spaulding. Like if you're looking for some really nice collectibles, this flea market is definitely the place to come check out. Like they have a little bit of everything, even some Cabbage Patch Kids on the top section. Of course, if you are here in Tennessee, you definitely want to check out some of the assorted quilt shops. These are queen size for $60 a piece. They do go all the way up to king with a bunch of like different patterns, like some flowers. Here is a black bear design with like the paw prints. Like I love these. You definitely have to check out some quilts in Tennessee. Lots of different ones with like a black bear on them. This one looks really neat though, because it's like a huge bear on the front. And here's one with like a whole family of bears. Here's another booth that actually has a whole bunch of like loose Pokemon cards. Actually some old ones when I used to play. Looks like they have some full arts like Jolteon. Let's see what else we have here. Some Charizard EX, a Snorlax. How cool is this? They have like a little set here with Pikachu. Actually comes with like a little fossil thing on the inside. Down here on the bottom though, a couple other like Pokemon singles. There's like a full art Pikachu that looks really cool. The yellow borders are the older ones. I remember having like that Ninetales on the bottom when I played Pokemon. A bunch of different offerings with like Pikachu on there though. Here at the flea market, they even have a bunch of like the different pamphlets for attractions, and it's really cool to check these out because sometimes you can find like some different coupons, like the Comedy Barn Theater. If you've ever seen or been to the Titanic, I definitely would check that out in Pigeon Forge. We have a video up like the whole like VIP tour that we're able to do here. That is really, really cool. Hatfield and McCoy, the dinner feud. Another one of those places we absolutely have to check out. But there's so many cool things to do in the Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area. Here is Deer Farm, exotic petting, and riding stables. But they have so many things like Ripley's Mirror Maze and Ripley's Haunted Adventure. I actually found another booth here with a whole bunch of Hasbros. How cool is this? Like Dusty Rhodes, Sergeant Slaughter, Bret the Hitman Hart. They have Andre the Giant there off in the distance. A couple different Hulk Hogan action figures. Here is the Kamala. Like I am blown away by the amounts of collectibles at this booth. Even just at the whole like flea market in general. They even have some like rarer Hasbros here on the bottom, like Doink the Clown. Another Skinner, Mr. Perfect. Look at all of these LJN action figures. There is the first like Hulk Hogan LJN. They do have like the long hair Andre the Giant and so many Hillbilly Jims. A bunch of different action figures from the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. They have some of the big rubber guys, Andre the Giant, Hacksaw Jim Duggan with like the red, white, and blue. It actually comes with like the 2x4 that says USA. They have Davey Boy Smith. He comes in with the little Matilda dog, and Macho Man Randy Savage. Here's a whole bin of WWF LJNs, literally only $10 a piece. They have Corporal Kirshner, the Junkyard Dog. This is insane, like this flea market. Like I am blown away, like everywhere that I look. They have Hot Rod, Rowdy Piper. These are definitely like a little bit more played with, but they do even have like Brutus Beefcake, Tito Santana, King Kong Bundy, $10 a piece. That last booth we were at with like all of the LJN action figures, Hasbro figures, there was a whole bunch of merchandise signed by Butterbean, like some keychains, some like boxing shorts. Like I think he might actually like own that stand or something. Like they have so many different things signed by Butterbean. And there's even a booth here at the flea market, Skippy's Pickles, where you can do some pickle tasting. They actually have like all the different flavors like dill pickle, spicy garlic, sour dill, Parmesan ranch, sweet horseradish. Like I am blown away with all the pickles.
So we got the spicy garlic pickle. Let's try. That one's spicy.
Really spicy? Look, we got Mommy got more pickles.
Pepper Jack Ranch.
Pepper Jack Ranch, Luke. Give that one a try.
The pepper.
Yep. There you go.
The Pepper Jack Ranch. Tastes exactly like pepper jack cheese.
Really?
Alright, so we got the garlic parmesan pickle. Bread and butter. That one's good. Sorry.
That one's good?
Okay.
And we have the buffalo ranch.
Buffalo ranch.
I don't have whole.
That one spicy?
That's good.
Here's actually a booth with a whole bunch of wrestling shirts, say like Hulk Hogan. You have your Python Power, and actually Hulk Hogan just recently opened his wrestling store. I definitely have to check that out in the near future. We have Hogan versus Undertaker, Rey Mysterio, Mommy's Always on Top with Rhea Ripley, even like New World Order, Cody Rhodes, Ra's War, and they have a Hot Rod Roddy Piper. Just making our way back outside. This booth has a bunch of different little things from the yard, like little spinny things with sunflowers, frogs, but you can get like your little fans and different things. How cool is this though? Like some little birds inside of this plastic cage that actually chirp. These would actually make like really fun cat toys with the, these are solar powered, like little butterflies and hummingbirds that actually kind of like rotate. Here's a booth where you can create your own floral arrangements as well, like really nice for like springtime with the pastel colors, some poinsettias. They sell all the different flowers and different things how you can like piece together your own floral arrangements, and some like yard stakes with some massive sunflowers that actually spin. I had such a fun time today hanging out here in Kodak, Tennessee at the Great Smoky Mountain Flea Market. This place is absolutely incredible. We're actually originally from like the Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania area, so we're very familiar like the Bloomsburg Fair, where they'd have lots of different like vendors selling like homemade things, different crafts, food, and all sorts of really fun offerings. It's very similar to that, but they do have obviously like less food here, but lots of different opportunities to like adopt pets. It was fun to see all the puppies, the little sugar glider, a whole bunch of different collectible stores. So if you are into like Pokemon, wrestling, anime, lots of different things that you can get here, and some really like rare collectibles. It was cool to do that little pickle tasting, which is completely free, and it's nice to come out here though because like parking is free. They're open, I do believe, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's a really nice little family like get out, just a nice weekend. That being said, if you like today's video, give it a big thumbs up, and as always, make today awesome.